Tigers of the Twins. 7-2 win for the Tigers on just a great night at the ballpark last night, Mike. Tigers now looking to take a series and also win a season series. You can accomplish both of those things against the Twins with a win today.
And we talked about this yesterday. Winning the season series is important because it is a tiebreaker for the postseason. And I know the Tigers are under 500, but they come into play today just 5.5 games out of the third wild card. Saying there's a chance.
Right.
There's a chance, and this one is important.
Tigers have won 13 of their last 19. It'll be another bullpen day for the Tigers today. Twins will counter with Bailey Ober, who's been extremely tough in 3 starts against the Tigers this year. Stay with us. Our conversation with manager AJ Hinch about last night's game coming up after this on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network.
The first wall-side windows customer was an important customer. So was the next, and the next. Since 1944, Wallside has been working to make every single customer feel like they're Wallside's only customer. For a limited time, save customer feel like they're Wallside's only customer. For a limited time, save half off every window, plus take an extra 15% off for cash, or finance interest-free with no down payment. Wallside. We can do that. We are the factory. 1-800-521-7800 or go to wallside.com.
Are you ready? Ready to find the right care that works for you? Care that connects you to what you need, anytime, anywhere, and fits best with your lifestyle. Whether it's in person or in your pajamas, online or over the phone, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan connects you to the care you need when you need it most. With the largest network of doctors and hospitals, an easy-to-use mobile app, and a 24-hour nurse line. Because we're always ready to help. Learn more about Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan at bcbsm.com.
Cancer is a beginning. And while it can be hard to see past a diagnosis, we're here to help you focus on the future beyond treatment, filled with new perspectives, unknown strength, and possibilities that once seemed impossible. A wider world stands before you. Because cancer is a beginning. This is the belief we share to give you your best chance forward. Karmanos Cancer Institute, your best chance.
Meijer is the proud hometown partner of the Detroit Tigers, and we're cheering them on every game to a winning season. We're looking forward to more home runs, RBIs, shutouts, and new major league records. Home is where your team is, and our home is right here in Detroit, where the Tigers' roar never stops, and the 7th inning stretch means we're getting ready to pounce. Save and win with Meijer, proud hometown partner of the Detroit Tigers.
Crowd. Terrific weather. Tarek Skubal goes 7. Late rally against some really good pitching. Crowd was into it too. I mean, that was just a great night at the ballpark.
It was, and against a good team. You know, we've been chasing them the majority of the year. Obviously, we're playing better as of late, and we got to keep chipping away at the teams in front of us. And when you get an environment like last night, fans were incredible. Weather was great. Top end pitcher on the mound, our best guy, and we responded with a really good game. So a lot to love about last night. Puts us in a position to have a chance to win the series today. We talk about that all the time. I know it gets boring, but the more series you win, the better team you have, and we have a chance to win another series.
Tarek Skubal goes 7 innings for the 4th time in his last 6. And AJ, you said earlier this year, you've got to be ready for whatever that team is trying to do to you that day, because teams aren't going to just continue to wear it against Tarek Skubal. So every time it seems like we see a little bit different approach. It seemed like he and Jake, after giving up that home run early, really did a nice job of adjusting to what the Twins are trying to do, which was swing early.
Yeah, they attacked him early, and they're a good team. And when you face a top 5 or top 10 offense, and Tarek has the last couple of times out. When you look at Cleveland, when you look at Minnesota, they're not just going to come up without a plan. Like, they're going to have a team-wide approach. Last night it was swing early. Tarek was throwing in upwards of 70-75% first pitch strikes. They came up early, and Margot gets the second pitch hit to lead the game off. Lewis, first pitch slider, hits the homer. And really throughout the whole lineup, they were swinging the bat early. And so what that means for Tarek and for Jake Rogers is adapting the game plan to being a little bit less predictable. It's not just about first pitch fastball strikes, or not just about going to his changeup. He used his full array last night. He's still going to be mostly fastball changeup, but a little wrinkle in there every now and then does well for him. And as he got the second time through and third time through, he even got to face Margot a 4th time. he had to be creative to last that long, and I thought both of those guys did an excellent job, mixing and matching.
I want to talk about some of the quality at-bats we saw. Joe Ryan was very good. Gave up that run, kind of scratched out a run in the first inning, then he retired 13 of 14 batters. So it's 2-1 going to the bottom of the sixth inning. Kind of walk us through these at-bats, because Vierling gets a ground ball, single on a sinker. Colt Keith jumps on the first pitch fastball, triples over first base. That ties the game. Marcana, really good at-bat to drive the ball. Buxton made a great catch, take the lead 3-2. Walk us through those at-bats in terms of the quality and what you saw.
Yeah, well, Vierling, I always flirt with where to hit him. Hit him first, second, third. I think he's hit fourth, fifth. I mean, he's hit everywhere. And there's something about him, how he ignites innings with a good at-bat, and he swings at the right pitches. He's been pretty good against Joe Ryan, so getting him as many at-bats as we could. He rolls a ball up the middle for a base hit, and kind of the life in the dugout starts to be activated. We knew we were in the game. It's a close game, well-pitched game on both sides, but that leadoff runner on base is so huge. And then Colt, who'd had some pretty good swings, near miss homer foul over the right field line, and then had lined out, and he'd done a couple things pretty well, and he snuck that ball inside the bag at first base for the triple. And really, the triple's created by that little funky little cutout that we have down. It hit right perfect on the corner and kind of held it up and allowed Vierling to score from first. Colt gets to third, and now that sets up a whole fun situation where it's a runner on third, less than 2 outs. In fact, no outs. Jahan punches, but Canna comes up and does what he usually does, is a quality at bat at the right time, and hits a long fly ball, sac fly to give us the lead. So again, Tarek Skubal on the mound with plenty of pitches left, and we take the lead there. We feel really good about getting the last 9 outs.
And then the big add-on runs, 2 2-run home runs in the seventh inning. Javi Baez, for the third straight game, hits a home run. AJ had one home run through his 200-plus at-bats. What are you seeing in him? He's talking about letting the ball travel a little bit more, but I thought that home run off the fastball where he pulled the hands in and drove it, was really impressive.
Yeah, important that he starts to hit the fastball. That's given him fits for a couple of years now, and that ball, Brock Stewart's a good pitcher, and he ran the ball inside a little bit and ended up getting a good swing off to the big part of the field, kind of left center. And he leaves the yard, and that obviously gives us a nice boost. And we were just beginning. I mean, Colt obviously had a really good at bat later in the game for the homer, but getting good pitches to hit is key for Javi. Obviously, seeing him smile and contributing on both sides is important. He's played terrific defense as well, and we are a different team when somebody down at the bottom of the order, whether it's Jake or Javi or Bly Madris has done a really good job recently of getting on base. When somebody's contributing towards the bottom, man, that makes me feel good about our chances of scoring multiple runs.
Real quickly, Faedo gets to start today on another bullpen day. What's the different challenge facing this Minnesota lineup versus Cleveland twice in Cleveland? Yeah,
it's different. I mean, their lineup's different today. Lewis is out, Buxton is out, Larnach is out. And so a lot of left, right, back and forth. They're not sure what we're going to do. It's the benefit of running a bullpen game is they have to be aware of Holton and Faedo and Brisky and Kenta and all sorts of different matchups that we can chase. But getting into the game is really important in a bullpen game. I know it takes 4 and 5 guys to do well in order to have a successful bullpen game. The guy that sets the tone is right off the top. So when you're going to go up and face Miranda and Willi Castro, you're going to get to Kepler, you're going to get guys that can swing the bat. The first guy getting those first 3 to 6 outs is key to set the tone.
All right, AJ, thank you.
You got it.
Tigers manager AJ Hinch, stay with us. We've got more to this on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network.
At Comerica Bank, we're creating opportunity for small businesses to make it big. Big like hearing your small business featured in a radio ad during a pro sports game for free, or getting free sports tickets to entertain a client. Comerica Bank brings big perks like these and more to every small business customer. To learn how opportunity happens here, visit comerica.com/prosper. Member FDIC Equal Opportunity Lender. Offers available to Comerica small business customers only. Terms apply.
We know what you love. You love baseball. You love the Detroit Tigers. You love spending a day at Comerica Park. We also know what you don't love, standing in line. So we made a VIP entrance, so you could do more of the things you love and less of the things you don't. All you have to do is bank with Comerica. With your Comerica Bank card, you'll feel like a VIP the moment you walk in, just like you do at our bank. Learn more at comerica.com/yourpark. Comerica Bank. Raise your expectations. Member FDIC.
Exciting news from Ashley and the Detroit Tigers Foundation. This season, we're teaming up to make every Tigers home run count even more. For each solo home run, we're donating $100. For a 2-run homer, it's $200. A 3-run blast means $300. And every Grand Slam earns $500 towards nonprofits supporting Michigan child welfare and foster care services. Let's make a difference at home together. Visit your local Ashley store for more info. Go Tigers!
The League is brought to you by Bigby Coffee, the official coffee of the Detroit Tigers. After taking Game 1 from the Dodgers on Friday, the Astros were looking to secure the series win in Houston yesterday. Houston trailed 5-0 inning. Here's Alex Bregman with the game tied at 6 in the bottom of the 9th.
Now a chance to win it in the bottom half of the 9th. Blake Trinan now faces Alex Bregman. And Bregman drives one. Ball game over. Up on the train tracks. Union Station is starting a party tonight. What a game. What a win.
Mayhem at Minute Maid. Capped by Breggy.
Houston climbs all the way back and takes Game 2 with a final score of 7-6. They'll go for the sweep of the Dodgers today in Houston. Kevin Biggio and Shohei Ohtani were both 2 for 3 with a homer for LA. Around the League is brought to you by Bigby Coffee, the official coffee of the Detroit Tigers. Odds of the game today are brought to you by ESPN Bet. The Tigers will roll out another bullpen day with Alex Faedo getting the start. Bailey Ober will be on the bump for Minnesota. The line for total runs today is set at 7.5. ESPN Bet is the official sportsbook of ESPN. Download the app and place your bets today. Must be 21 and up to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hi, Tigers fans. Let's welcome back our regular weekend guest on the pregame show, Andy Hetzel from Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan. Good to see you, Andy.
Hi, Dan. It's a great day for baseball, and Blue Cross is proud to be the official health insurance partner of our Detroit Tigers.
Andy, we've talked about healthcare and health-related topics for many years. Around those conversations, there's an underpinning of how long Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan has been in business and the commitment that comes from that. Recently, I was reading a blog post from Dan Lepp, President and CEO, on MIBluesPerspectives.com that reflects on Blue Cross's 85th anniversary.
That's a great piece, Dan. 85 years represents an important milestone. Blue Cross has been at the forefront of change in healthcare for many decades, and it's important for our members to know that, even at 85, we aren't standing still when it comes to doing more to deliver for our members and customers the quality, access, and value they rely on.
Andy, it's a unique role that Blue Cross plays, providing members with statewide and national access to high-quality, affordable health care while also serving Michigan communities in ways that have unparalleled impacts.
Dan, as you and I have talked about, Blue Cross has been unwavering in our support of our mission, but we've always been able to bring about change in profound and historic ways.
Blue Cross created Michigan's first statewide HMO network, which most people are familiar with as Blue Care Network. At the time, it changed the face of healthcare in our state.
That's true, Dan. And more recently, we've evolved into a nonprofit mutual health insurer, which is an important change that has set us up to serve our members well long into the future.
And Andy, becoming a nonprofit mutual didn't change Blue Cross's mission, but it did allow you to do more to serve both your members and Michigan's communities.
It did. We've diversified to support our ability to keep health insurance more affordable. We've launched many new products and solutions and supported care in our local communities through Blue Cross's $1.56 billion financial commitment to the Michigan Health Endowment Fund.
Always good to see you, Andy.
Thanks for the time, Dan. Now, let's go Tigers.
We are Feiger Law, the official law firm of the Detroit Tigers. For over 70 years, Feiger Law has been your hometown team of trial lawyers for auto crashes, truck accidents, birth trauma, and injuries due to medical malpractice. Let our team of homegrown trial lawyers win big for you. Feiger Law, the official law firm of the Detroit Tigers. All we do is win.
All we do is win. Back to the Metro Detroit Buick GMC dealers broadcast booth at Comerica Park. From the field, brought to you by Meijer, the official grocery retailer of the Detroit Tigers radio network.
Danielle LaBruce joined today by Tigers pitcher Tyler Holton. Tyler, I want to talk to you about some of the things that you've been going through as a pitcher in the sense of you are a reliever for this team, but you've had to start a couple of games recently just because of the state of your starting rotation right now. So you started 2 games in Cleveland. When are you made aware that you're going to be starting the next game?
Typically after whatever game we're playing, and then Federer might come over and just say, hey, you're going to start tomorrow. Open the game, get us out to a good start.
Does that change the preparation or the mindset at all for you?
Slightly. Knowing whenever you're going into a game, hours or even a day ahead of time, is just unnatural for a reliever. So you kind of get back into that starting mindset of, okay, like your prep routine of like what you're going to do before you go to sleep, how you're going to wake up, what meals you're going to eat and whatnot. But I mean, that's getting way ahead of things. And so I just try to do everything like I normally would and just prepare the same way like I would coming out of the bullpen, because that's been helping me so far in my career.
With your 2 starts in Cleveland, you tossed 3 2/3 innings, but in your last 12 outings, you have not allowed a run. And that's been super helpful to this team right now, especially as I mentioned with the rotation being a little bit beat up and bullpen carrying a little bit more weight. How important has it been for you to go out and have a great performance, especially when you know your team needs it?
It's extremely important. I mean, I think everyone's just going out there trying to do their job to the best of their ability, and that would mean putting up a lot of zeros. And if everyone's doing it well, then clearly we're helping our team win. So we've been playing ball really well lately, and so it's just going out there trying to play your best each and every day. And we've been in a good stretch here as of late, and the guys have been playing good baseball, and so we're just trying to keep being consistent day in, day out. Can't really look too deep into the stats, in my opinion, because the only thing that matters is what I do today, and so that's baseball.
With the bullpen as a whole, how impressed have you been just with the way that you guys have been able to carry the team to a few wins here, like I said, with beat-up rotation and a beat-up roster at the moment?
That's what good teams do. They pick each other up. You're not always going to have a good start. You're not always going to have the best, bullpen game, but whenever you have a team that can pick each other up, the offense scores some more runs whenever your pitchers happen to give up some more runs. That's what the best teams do. So we're just trying to each contribute to get us some wins.
We talked about this a little bit last year, really a lot last year, but you've really found the consistency in your game. What is it about the Tigers organization or what they've done for you here that's been able to help you excel as a pitcher?
Just really believing in my ability to go out there and get outs and helping me craft my skills, whether it's shaping pitches or mechanics, just like getting in a healthier pattern or a faster arm pattern or whatnot, but just continuing to be there for me and always trying to get better.
Amazing. Thank you, Tyler. We appreciate your time today.
Thank you for having me.
This has been Daniela Bruce with Tigers pitcher Tyler Holton.
Detroit Tigers baseball, brought to you by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, committed to providing members access to care they need whenever and wherever they need it.
Now let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Detroit Tigers radio network.
I'm attorney Mark Bernstein. When people contact us, they always ask, is this call and consultation really free? The answer has always been yes, it's free. For over 50 years, it's always been free. A free call, a free consultation, and we don't get paid unless we win your case. That's our no-fee guarantee. Get a free consultation at 1-800-CALL-SAM or callsam.com. It's always free.
1-800-CALL-SAM.
Hey Tigers fans, ESPN Bet and the Hollywood Casino at Greektown are proud partners of our Detroit Tigers. All season long, check out the ESPN Bet app and visit the Hollywood Casino at Greektown for tons of special team promotions and giveaways. And of course, ESPN Bet is the only place to find exclusive offers from your favorite ESPN shows and personalities. New users will always get a special sign-up offer. So download today and get started. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
Swing, there's a drive to left. That one is long.
124 years of baseball tradition continues.
And it's gone, a home run.
Brought to you by the Sam Bernstein Law Firm, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, General RV.
Pitch and Change brought to you by Primitive Performance, the official CBD relief partner of the Detroit Tigers. What an outing for Bailey Ober. 8 innings, no runs on 1 hit, 2 walks, 11 strikeouts, and that changeup in the final inning was just, final several innings. Just dancing, getting swings and misses. I've got all swinging third strikes. for his 11 strikeouts.
I do too. I mean,
onto a knee goes Fearling. Again, Ibanez waiting on deck. Love to see out here. This 9-game homestand continues tomorrow night. It's a day game and a night game and a day game against Cleveland. Jack Flaherty, notably, scheduled to start tomorrow, swinging a foul. AJ was asked about that today, and he said, how are you planning? What's the contingency plan? He said, all we truly can do is just get through this bullpen game today. He's listed as the starter tomorrow, and what happens, happens. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Curveball bounced. Fearling strikes out to start the 9th inning. 12th strikeout now for Twins pitchers. But I'm trying to think, if I'm the team that wants to trade for Jack Flaherty, you'd probably like to get him before he makes one more start for the team you're getting him from.
Yeah, I would think that that's the case. I mean, AJ was telling a story he's told the last 2 days about remembering, this is back in 2011.
Ibanez swings lines at foul into the netting down the left field line.
When Ubaldo Jimenez was traded from Colorado to Cleveland, and this was, I think, July 30th, and the Rockies were playing in San Diego, and the entire front office was watching Ubaldo Jimenez warm up for the game.
Swing and a miss.
Next to Esmil Rogers, and then Ubaldo went out and threw 45 pitches in the first inning.
And then got
pulled. And the general manager and manager were kind of arguing about how to get him out of the game.
The 0-2, swinging a foul tip. But the whole idea was if he was traded before the first pitch, that's why Rogers was up. And after a 45-pitch first inning, then he actually got traded at that moment, right?
Yes, he did.
But they weren't happy that he pitched through 45 pitches.
No, they couldn't have been, because they had to be very worried.
Fastball high and away.
So, I mean, it was like at that point you just wish that if it's close enough, even if it doesn't happen, you probably want to pull the guy out starting.
Curveball bounces. Ubaldo Jimenez that year, I mean, that was the hot trade deadline name. Because he was, he was absolutely elite. He'd won 19 the year before with an ERA below 3. He was not having as good a year in Colorado, but he was electric at his best. Fastball up, 6 pitches of the at bat is ball 3, and then he never really regained that form. But boy, in his best year in 2010, he was something. 3-2, curveball bounce. Wasn't that bat for Ibanez? Saw 7 pitches, draws the walk.
Ubaldo as a rookie was one of the key arms that they had when they won the pennant in 2007. He came up late in that season for the Rockies and was very good. And then he had kind of a checkered career in Cleveland, at least in terms of production. Same when he signed as a free agent in Baltimore. But terrific guy.
Curveball up. I mean, that's truly that 19-win season in Colorado, one of the best seasons for a Rockies pitcher ever, an ERA under 3. Who does that? Nobody.
You could have an ERA under 5. You're doing pretty well.
Exactly. The strike one. Fastball up. 2-0 on Wenzel Perez. Canna waiting on deck. Tigers need several base runners to make this interesting. They have not had 2 base runners on at any point today, or a base runner move past first. Curveball low and in, but you can accomplish something by making the opponent, even though they're leaving town, go to a second reliever. You can put together some good at-bats. That can carry into the next day. Not always, but it can. Curveball, beauty. 74 miles an hour, drops in, inner half, 2-2.
I mean, 5-run leads in the 9th are nothing for the Tigers to get back from this year, right? So,
the best days in this ballpark's history in the regular season. Breaking ball down and in, appeal to first. Perez didn't go. 5-run comeback the Saturday before the All-Star break. They also came back on that same homestand from 6 runs down to tie again. They ended up losing later. 3-2. Swing a line drive softly to short. Lee grabs it, jumped up, didn't really have to. Soft line drive for the second out, and that'll leave it up to Mark Canha. So Flaherty against Tanner Bybee. This is, again, a stretch that the Tigers are going to face 3 division opponents and a lot of good starting pitching. 3 good starters this weekend. Perez, Ryan, Ober was unbelievable today. 26 innings, 2 earned runs. That was his combined line over 4 starts against the Tigers this year. And just 13 hits. Canha takes a pitch up and away. They're going to see Bybee and Williams in the Cleveland series. We saw them both in Cleveland. They're terrific. Curveball strike to Canha, and then Seth Lugo. He's certainly in the Cy Young conversation. And Kansas City comes in over the weekend. Cole Reagans is terrific from the left side. And you're without some of your really big guns in the lineup. Curveball outside, 2-1. Canha, they did not call that a strike. Come on now. My goodness. Ball out of hand and 2 balls with, wow. Big misses today. The 1-2 is swinging a foul. And again, it just changes the whole at bat.
Yeah, all of a sudden, Canha's trying to fight on fastballs that are above the zone. But it's been now over the last 3 innings is when we've really seen it. And it's all been to right-handed hitters, and it's all been those pitches 1, 2, 3 baseballs off the plate.
Canha asks and gets time. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the 9th inning. Tigers down 5-0. Thielbar works third base side of the rubber. The 1-2. Bounces another curveball. Curveball after curveball after curveball.
I was talking to Glenn Perkins, the former Twins closer, about Thielbar. He said that he is a freakish athlete. At 5'11", he can dunk flat-footed.
Wow. That's some ups. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. And the Tigers drop a series to the Twins. It was all Bailey Ober today. 8 dominant innings, 3 base runners, just 1 hit with 11 strikeouts. Twins take the weekend series and the season series from the Tigers. Our final score, the Minnesota Twins 5, the Detroit Tigers 0.
At Comerica Bank, we're creating opportunity for small businesses to make it big. Big like hearing your small business featured in a radio